Hey guys, Grady's mom here. Today I am doing sort of a different style video. I'm going to be doing a cooking video, but it's kind of like a meal prep. However, it's not really meals, like meaning complete meals that I'm prepping. So I don't know whether to call this like a food prep video, but every once in a while I kind of get randomly inspired to just make specific things that I'm prepping ahead. So in today's video, it's going to be a 3-part video. With 3 sort of easy to do kind of things that you can prep ahead of time. Again, but it's not really complete meals. So the first thing I'm going to be making is a pasta salad, which is a Greek style pasta salad. Now it's not traditional by the book Greek, it's just kind of my interpretation of a Greek pasta salad, which is really great in the summer months and really, really portable since there is no mayo in there. The second recipe I'll be showing you is a Western style kind of egg muffin, and the crust is bacon. So that'll be the second part. And then the third part is going to be some strawberry cornbread muffins. And I will be using a little help from the store with those. I'm actually going to be using this muffin mix, but I'm going to be adding fresh strawberries. So I'm never ashamed to take help from the store when I can. Obviously, homemade is always going to be better in any recipe, but I am not really a baker, so I always kind of take advantage of muffin mixes or cake mixes when I'm doing any kind of baking. So again, I don't really know what to call this video because it's not really meal prep, and I don't want to mislead anybody, which is why I'm kind of doing this intro so nobody's confused as to why they're not going to see complete meals. It's more of just random things that I'm going to be prepping today. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. Thumbs up if you want to see more random kind of meal prep videos like this, and I hope you guys enjoy. Bye! Okay guys, so part 1, if you will, of this meal prep session, I'm going to be making my Greek pasta salad, which is super easy, delicious, portable. It's just so great for the summer months. You're going to need just a box of the rotini. I use the tricolor rotini. However, you don't have to use rotini. I just personally like it for pasta salads because I feel like the spiral shapes hold the dressing really, really well. And I like the tricolor for the mix of the really pretty colors, obviously. So you're going to need a box of that. This is a 12-ounce box. I'm going to use some Kalamata sliced Greek olives. Now, my husband is not a huge Greek olive fan. He likes black olives, but I feel like these really make it more Greek-ish. So I'm going to go ahead and use the Kalamata. You're also going to need some artichoke hearts. I have some quartered ones. You can obviously buy the whole ones and slice them yourself. So we have those. And then we have some roasted bell pepper strips. Obviously, again, you can buy the whole roasted bell peppers and then slice them yourself. Obviously, you're going to need some Greek dressing. If you know how to make a homemade Greek dressing, obviously that's going to be much more delicious, but the Ken's Steakhouse does make a really nice Greek dressing. It has feta cheese and olive oil right in it, so it has some nice Greek flavors there. And then for fresh ingredients, you're going to need 1 tomato. You could use more than one. I like just one. I don't like my pasta salad too kind of moist or wet, so I'm going to stick with 1 tomato. It's like a medium size. I'm going to use about 1/3 of this large red onion. I would recommend using red onion for this recipe versus like a white or a yellow onion. But if that is all you have, that would be fine as well. And then I'm going to use about 1/2 of an English cucumber. I'm just going to peel it and de-seed it and chop it up. And then I'm also going to be using some salami. And I had my deli slice the salami in chunks like this. So almost like hamburger patty shaped, if that makes sense. Kind of hard to see through this bag, but they're kind of chunks rather than slices. And I'm just going to kind of cube that up. So I'm going to get my pasta water boiling for the pasta. And in the meantime, I'm going to get everything prepped for when the pasta is done cooking. Okay guys, so I have my ingredients for the Greek pasta salad all in this bowl. See how the salami is cubed rather than sliced? So if you want to use salami and you want to get it from the deli, just ask the deli person to cut it so that it can be cubed inside of a pasta salad. They should understand what you mean. This is sliced on a 7, if that makes sense. So if the deli does ask for a number, just you can tell them number 7. So it sounds like my pasta is done. So I'm gonna get that out and drain it and shock it, and I will show you guys how to do that in just a second. Okay guys, so after you drain the pasta, you want to get cold water on it right away, because that's gonna do 2 things. It's gonna stop it from cooking, which thus called shocking. And it's also going to cool it down, obviously, because you want your pasta salad to be cold and not hot. So I'm just going to keep rinsing this with cold water just for a couple minutes. I'm just going to toss it around to kind of make sure the bottom part is nice and cool too. And then I'm going to add it to my bowl that I showed you of the kind of fillings. And then we're going to add the dressing and toss it around. Okay guys, so I've added the shocked and nice and cool pasta right into the same bowl. And as I always do, I'm going to bring everything from the bottom onto the top just to have it all combined. It doesn't have to be perfect because you're going to toss it around again after you add the dressing. So that looks pretty good for a preliminary. And then I have my dressing cap off. I shook it up really well. And I'm going to go ahead and add a few nice squeezes around. Now this is a lot of pasta and a lot of stuff to coat, so I always recommend adding the dressing in batches, because if you add too much to begin with, you guys know you can't take it out. So I always start off with less than I know I'm going to need. So I'm just going to keep kind of working this kind of gently. And another tip is always use a bigger bowl than you think you're going to need, because if this bowl were any fuller, it would be spilling all over the place. And as you guys know, I'm doing this with one hand, which is so not as easy as it looks. So, okay, we definitely need more dressing. So I'm going to go ahead and do kind of a second round, a little bit less this time. And I'm just going to keep tossing this off camera, and I will show you guys what it looks like as far as how coated it's supposed to be before I put it in the fridge to chill. Okay guys, so that was all I added, the last part that I showed you, and I tossed it really well. And that's sort of the consistency you want it. You want it to kind of look like it's glistening. Obviously you don't want it all mushy and soupy and, you know, to where the dressing is in the excessive coating. You just want it to be kind of glistening like this. Now I'm going to cover this tightly with saran wrap and put it in my fridge. Now in the fridge, a lot of the dressing that is glistening is going to absorb into the pasta. So there's about a 50-50 chance that I will have to add more dressing later, but we don't want to risk adding too much now. So I'm going to go ahead and get this covered, put it in the fridge, and let it really set up and all the flavors kind of go together. I just think it's really pretty with the colors of the olives, the tomato, and then the artichoke heart kind of gives it a little bit of dimension. I don't know, I just really, really like this salad, and it's super tasty. So like I said, I'm going to cover it, get it in the fridge, and we'll be on to part 2. Okay guys, part 2, I'm taking a little help from the store like I mentioned. I'm going to use this Krusty's brand honey cornbread muffin mix. I've made this before, just regular cornbread. But honestly, you can really add anything to cornbread. It's one of those things where you can add blueberries, chocolate chips, fruit. I've seen people add all kinds of berries, and I'm going to do strawberry because they're in season here. They're dirt cheap. So I have 8 nice big strawberries. It's always hard to tell on camera, but these are big boys. So I have 8 big strawberries, and then just this cornbread mix. It makes 12 good size muffins. So I think I'll keep 6 out for my husband, my son, and I, and then the other 6 I'll probably just throw in a freezer bag. I'll wrap them in aluminum foil and freeze them, and they'll be super easy just to pull out of the freezer and just let them sit on the counter for like 15-20 minutes, and then they're room temperature. So normally I'd make, if I were doing a big prep, I'd make 2 boxes of these, and then I'd freeze a whole dozen of them, but I only had this one and still wanted to make them and just kind of give you guys a quick idea. Kids love these, and honestly, who doesn't like a cornbread muffin? I mean, even plain cornbread is good. So I'm just gonna go ahead, super easy, just the mix is already made. I'm just gonna add the egg, some half and half. It calls for milk, but I'm just going to cut the half and half with a little bit of cold water. And then some canola oil. You can also use vegetable oil or butter. I'm just going to get these sliced nice and thin and put them right into the batter. I have my muffin tin all set with my little cupcake liners, so I don't need to spray them or anything. So all I have to do is just whip up this little mix, slice up the strawberries, and then get them in the oven, and I will show you guys how easy it is. Okay guys, so I sliced my strawberries up like this, like half coin. And I actually only needed 5 because these are huge strawberries. So obviously if the strawberries were maybe medium, you might need the whole 8, but just kind of use your judgment. Everybody's preference is different. Some people like a lot of strawberries, some people like very little. But for me, I sort of like a medium amount. So I decided to stick with 5, again, large strawberries. So I have them sliced. I'm just gonna throw them into the batter, which I have already, and just gently fold them in. And then I'm going to get them scooped into here, and I will show you guys what they look like before they go into the oven. Okay guys, so the cornbread strawberry muffins are all set. I just used an ice cream scoop to get them sort of as close to even as possible, and they're gonna poof up nice. So I have my oven preheated to 400. You're just gonna obviously follow the directions on the back of whatever mix you're using. And I'm just gonna go ahead and get these in the oven now and show you what they look like when they come out. Okay guys, so here is the finished product. I may or may not have eaten one because why not? And it was absolutely delicious. So again, these are the honey cornbread muffins with fresh strawberries in them. And they only took about 15 minutes to bake. And they're so good. So I just have them here on my little pedestal. I'm just gonna let them cool down because they're still pretty hot. And then like I said, I will probably freeze about 6 of them, and then the other 5 that are now left I will just leave out on the counter, and they will probably be gone tonight because anything baked does not really last in my house, mainly because of me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this part 2, and then just keep watching for the final part. Okay guys, part 3, and I also decided to call this video a mommy food prep video because I am a busy mom, and I know a lot of you guys are too, so that is what I'm calling this, a busy food prep session. So the last recipe I want to share is, there's not really an official name. I kind of call them egg cups. Most people use these for breakfast, and there's many different ways to make them. I'm going to be using some thick cut bacon. It's very thick. So if you're using regular bacon, you're going to still want to do the same thing, but you're probably going to want to do 2 slices of bacon per muffin cup, and you guys will see what I mean by that in a moment. So I've got 12 half slices, so 6 whole slices cut in half. So I have 12 half slices, again, of the very thick cut boar's head bacon. You're going to need a dozen eggs. This recipe makes 12 egg muffin cups. You're going to need some cheese. Any kind will do, but I think cheddar is the best, and I'm sort of biased to cheddar. So whatever kind you want to use is fine. Some cooking spray. You're going to want some seasoned salt. If you don't have seasoned salt, that's fine. You can just use a little bit of salt and pepper. You're not going to need very much salt because bacon, as you know, is salty. And then I'm going to use a green pepper. Probably only will need like maybe a little more than half of this. And then just sort of a little chunk of this onion. So let me go ahead and get everything prepped, and I'll show you guys how to assemble these. Really good for breakfast, and honestly, you can just put them right in the fridge and pull them out, microwave them for like 15 seconds, and they're good to go for any time of day. Okay guys, so the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to spray the muffin tins very well with that cooking spray, just to avoid sticking and caking, and it'll just be a little bit easier cleanup at the end, even though it's still going to be cleanup. And then I took my half pieces of bacon, and I sort of put them in like rose-shaped, sort of cup-shaped. I don't really know how to explain it, but I sort of just put them in and then kind of push the middle together so it sort of formed like a little cup. And what I'm going to do first is get these into a 350-degree oven for about 7 minutes to partially cook them, and then I'll show you guys what we do after that. But you definitely want to partially cook the bacon first because it's only going to cook for a shorter amount of time later with everything else inside of it, and you want these to be nice and fully cooked. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these into my 350 oven right now for about 6 to 7 minutes. Okay guys, 7 minutes on the bacon. It's partially cooked, which is what we want. And then I went ahead and prepped while I was waiting for the bacon to partially cook. I just diced up really tiny some green pepper and some red onion. And then I have my cheese ready to go. This is about, I don't know, 3 ounces of cheese. It's just kind of for a little bit of a topping. I have my seasoned salt ready to go, and I'm just going to crack my eggs right into here. Actually, I'm going to do one really quick and then show you kind of how to assemble them before I go ahead and assemble the whole tray. So I'll be right back with you. Okay guys, so I cracked my egg into the first bacon cup, which I'm going to do the same with the rest of them, but I did want to show you how I assemble these before I went ahead and did the whole tray. So again, you're going to crack the egg, and then you're going to put just a little bit of seasoned salt. That was a little bit more than I wanted, but can't do anything about it now. And then I'm going to add a pinch of the peppers and onions, just like that, right on top. And then lastly, I'm going to do a pinch of the cheese right on top of that. And then I'm just going to finish doing that to all the rest of these, and then I'll show you guys what they look like before they go in the oven and of course after. Okay guys, so these little pretties are ready to go into the oven, back into 350 for about 15 minutes, and then I'm just going to, I'll probably check them around 10, just because I don't want them overcooked or undercooked, so I'll check them around 10, but usually these take about 15 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and get them in the oven right now. Okay guys, my little eggy cups are out. Oh my God, they smell so good. And these, you could freeze them, but you have to put them in aluminum foil individually and then a freezer bag as well. However, these, I'm probably going to eat some, probably eat a couple now, and then the rest are going to go in my fridge, and they're going to be for breakfasts for the rest of the week, for both my husband and myself. And actually, I'm going to see if maybe Grady will try one. He probably won't eat it. He might just kind of deconstruct it, but I'm still going to try. So these will just be breakfast for the next couple days, and then if there are any left on the weekend, we'll eat them. And all you do to really reheat them is throw them in the microwave for, I don't know, 15-20 seconds, because they're already fully cooked. So that is what they look like. I hope you guys enjoyed this 3-part mom food prep session. Again, let me know down in the comments below if you want to see more videos like this. I'll be happy to do them. They do take a considerable amount of work as far as filming and editing, but I am happy to do them once in a while if I get enough positive response. I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great day, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.